Okay, let's finish off the index page and work on this add idea form here on the left. So let's get started. So here's how it looks like, and it goes in here in the app layout, since it appears on both this page and also the single post page here. Okay, so it goes right here. Let's go ahead and make a div here. Let's give it a border of 2, and we'll make it blue for now. But if you look at the design, there's actually a gradient border here. So we'll add that later on. Rounded XL like we've been doing, and a margin top of 16. So it lines up with this section here, just like in the design. Okay. And let's just see if that lines up. Okay, and yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So let's add this section here. So let's make another div. Let's make it text center, px6, py2, and padding top of 6. Let's make this an h3, font semi-bold, say add an idea. And let's put a p tag here. Say text extra small, margin top of 4. And let's just add the text in here. So let us know what you would like to. And we'll take a look. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, I believe this should be the H3 text base to make it a bit bigger. Okay, what's next? Next is the actual form. So let's add that. So that can go here, form, and method equals post. Doesn't really matter because we're going to use Livewire for this later on. And let's add a class here. Text small, actually that's default, I keep forgetting. Space Y4 for the space in between the fields. Some padding on the top and the bottom. And let's go ahead and add our fields. So the first one is the idea, so the title. So let's say input type is text. Class equals width full, BG gray 100. Rounded XL, placeholder gray 900, and some padding px4, py2, and the placeholder is your idea. Okay, see how that looks? Looks good. And is there a border on it? There is not. But we have to make the container white, so let's do that. So that would be this. Just add it here. Okay. And let's get rid of the border. So border none. Let's put it here. And let's see how that looks. Okay. I think we have to make the text smaller, so I think we do have to add text SM to the form. I think it has to overwrite the defaults. So yeah, actually that didn't change. Maybe we have to add it on the actual input. So let's add it here. Okay. Okay, so that looks better. So next is the category. And it's pretty much the same as this, except there's a slight gray background. So let's grab it from the index. Let's look for the select here. And let's just grab this and change it. Okay, back here. Let's make another section for the select. Let's re-indent this. And this name might interfere with the other name. So let's say category add. And let's see how that looks. We might have to make it gray. Okay, let's make it gray. So let's say BG gray 100. Okay. Did I miss something here? Yeah, there is a space here. Okay, here we go. And the last section is the text area. So let's go ahead and add that. Actually, this is a bit bigger, so let's say text SM as well. Let's put that here, text SM. Okay, and let's add the text area. Let's add another div, text area. So name is idea, ID is idea, columns 3, say rows, oh not 3, 30, rows 4. And let's go ahead and add some classes on this. With full, BG gray 100, rounded XL, placeholder gray 900, text SM, PX4 and PY2. And the placeholder is describe your idea. Okay. And border none. Just add it right here. Border none. Okay. Let's add the buttons here. So we have 2, attach and submit. So let's do that. So it's going to be a flex container, flex, items center, and I guess we can make it justify between. And let's put some space in between them. So space X3 is what I have. And the first button, let's make sure to force it to be a button and not a submit button. So this is the attach button, so let's say that. Actually, it's going to have an icon, so let's put it within a span here. Attach. Okay. And let's give it a margin left of 2, because the icon is going to be to the left of it. And let's put the classes on the button as well. So I'm going to put this on its own line. Class equals, again, flex, item center, justify center to center the text, say width 1/2. Let's force a height on it. I have height 11. The text is extra small. For this attach one, it's BG gray 200. It's semi-bold, rounded XL like we've been doing. And this is going to have the same hover effect as the other gray buttons. So border, I guess I could have just copied this from the other gray buttons, but that's fine. Border gray 200, hover, border gray 400. And the transition classes we've been adding. There we go. And some padding, PX6, PY3. Okay, let's see how this looks. Then we'll add the icon in. Looks pretty good. Okay, there's the hover effect. And let's go ahead and look for that paperclip icon. And I have it here already. But this one is rotated, and the one in the design is vertical. So I'm not going to use this one. You know what? Let's just use this one here. It's already optimized, and maybe we can use CSS to optimize it. There's one here too, but this one looks kind of weird because it's a bit smaller. So let's just use this one. Just paste it in. And we don't need everything here. We don't need this declaration. And let's just see how that looks. Okay. And let's make it a bit lighter. So let's say class equals text gray, what, 700 or 600? Let's see. Okay. Maybe a bit lighter. Let's say 500. Actually, let's check out what the design looks like. Actually, it's almost the same color, so I guess 600 is fine. Let's make it a bit smaller. So let's say with, I don't know, 10 maybe. Is that even changing the size? It's not. 4. Oh, it is. Okay, so width 4 looks good. Maybe 5. Yeah, that's fine. And let's go ahead and rotate it. So I have the Tailwind docs here. We can rotate it what direction? So negative 45 degrees. So negative rotate 45. See if that works. Negative rotate 45. Okay. And that does not rotate. Oh, we have to add transform too, I think. So let's add that here. And there we go. So the space between the text is too much. So let me just make this ML1. Or maybe we don't even need it. That's fine. Maybe a bit smaller. Yeah, let's make it a bit smaller. So 4 is fine. Okay. And I think that should be fine. Okay, let's add the other button. So that would be the submit button. So again, we can pretty much just duplicate this and change it to blue. And we don't need the SVG for this case. So let's duplicate this. And the button type is a submit button. So this is going to be BG blue instead. BG blue. And this is border blue. And this is hover. What do I need here? Blue hover. And that should do it. Let's change the text. Actually, we don't need it to be flex. I guess we can just leave it and remove the SVG. And let's change this to, what's the text here? Submit? Yeah, submit. So let's change it to submit. And let's see how that looks. Let's make it text white. So after this, text white. And that should be fine. So yeah, that's our form. Yeah, let's work on the gradient border. Now, I'm not sure if Tailwind supports this with utilities, but luckily Zeplin has the CSS that's required to do this. Let's grab all this here, copy it, and we can make a class in our CSS file. Or for now, I'm just going to make an inline style. So we'll put it on the entire container. So it's this one right here. Let's put its own line. And let's just say style equals, and let's just paste that in right here. Okay, let's reindent this and let's see if this works. Again, you can make a class if you want, but for now I'm okay with an inline style. And there we go. We have that gradient outline. Okay, so our design is looking pretty good. One more thing I want to add here. It's pretty subtle, but let me just add it here quickly. So let me just zoom out here. Now, if you look at the design here, you'll notice that the entire container is slightly off center. So there's this much space on the left and there's a bit more on the right. Now, I wasn't sure if this was intentional. So I asked Adrian and he told me it was intentional. So he said if I could just bump everything over to the left about 100 pixels, that would be great. So let's go ahead and do that. So how are we going to do that? So how about we make an extra column here and make it invisible, but make sure it still takes up space in the DOM. And we can do that with the, I believe, invisible utility in Tailwind. So invisible, yeah, visibility invisible, as opposed to display none in CSS. So like I said, this will still maintain its place in the DOM. So that's what we want. So first we have to make our container bigger. So let's go to our Tailwind config. Remember, we have this max width custom. So I'm going to make it slightly bigger. I already did the math and 68.5 will work. So let's just npm run dev that again. So this shouldn't change anything for now because it's just a max width. Okay. But like I said, let's add another container here. That's about 100 pixels and make it invisible. So back to our layout. So this is the container. This is the first flex item. This is the second flex item. Let's add a third one. And like I said, I already did the math. 24 is about 96 pixels, I believe. So it's close to 100. And I should add some text in here. Okay. And actually, I don't even think I need that, because when I increased the max width of the container, that already did it. Since these two are fixed already, then it bumped everything over to the left a bit. So yeah, let me see if that is correct. So let me just comment this out for now. And now everything should be bumped over to the left a bit. Yeah, it is. So yeah, that's fine. So we don't really need that invisible trick that I was talking about. So yeah, one more small fix. There's no hover on this because the class should be BG Blue Hover. There we go. And everything is looking good. So let's go ahead and make another commit. Git add, git commit, episode 4, design, add idea form.